Zombies and the zombie apocalypse. The biggest, most talked about subjects in the world. Hundreds of movies, YouTube videos. If you go into Google search, put in just zombie apocalypse, thousands of hits. But there's one thing that people don't talk about when it comes to the zombie apocalypse. And that's the aftermath. So good for you. You did it. You survived the zombie apocalypse. Somehow. Because in the movies, people are just dying left and right. But unless you got that big car with the big guns and whatever, you won't live. But let's just say, somehow you do. Surviving is the key part to the zombie apocalypse, because without it, then you shouldn't really be watching this video, because it will not pertain to you. First, you need food. Obviously, you're going to need food because it's what keeps you alive, but you shouldn't be getting, like, the power food, because that's what you've been eating for the past 3 months while you've been fighting zombies. So what you want now is really healthy food that will keep you sustained. You're also going to need water, or a water purifier, because without it, obviously, you're going to die in 3 days. Some more basic things for like actually rebuilding society, you're going to need rope. You're going to need duct tape. Duct tape is extremely important. Anytime you got any problem, duct tape will fix it. Your roof's leaking, duct tape, fixed. Your car broke down, duct tape, fix it. Your oatmeal is too hot and it burns your tongue, duct tape, fix it. You're also going to need just your basic tools, your screwdriver, wrench, hammer, and an axe and a shovel will be really helpful for getting other supplies that you might not have had before. Also, you're going to want a flashlight to help you through those scary nights, because we're all afraid of the dark. Don't lie. I can smell lies. You're going to want a good old radio or walkie-talkies that just like go out so that you can find other survivors, contact them, and possibly get together with them to rebuild or restart society. Speaking of other people, you're going to need other people. And that whole group of friends that you thought that you had during the zombie apocalypse and you thought that you'd get through with them, yeah, well, probably half of them died. Another fourth of them were bitten and you had to shoot them dead, and then an eighth of them somehow just disappeared. You're going to need your guns and ammo. Even though the zombie apocalypse is over, then there's probably still a few stray zombies out there that are going to try and kill you, and you need to have a way to kill them. And then there's one more practical item that it may seem like you don't actually need, but will be extremely helpful during the zombie apocalypse. Toilet paper. It may seem weird, I know, but toilet paper will become the currency of the future. I mean, no one's going to really think to bring toilet paper, but when you actually get to rebuilding society, and then you use the bathroom, are you just going to wipe with your hands? You're going to want to be reminded of the things that you had before the zombie apocalypse, and toilet paper is a necessity that you are going to want. But those are just some practical items that you need so that you can survive after the zombie apocalypse. But there are also some ideas or things that you need to execute so that you can rebuild society after all those brain munchers are gone. You're going to need to find a city or group of survivors, like at least 200 people would be ideal. Obviously, there's probably not going to be that many people just walking around, but if you can find them in one place, perfect. And to keep those people in order, you're going to need to have a government and things for them to do. And I'm not talking panem et circenses from back in Rome where you just give them bread and a free gladiator show to see. And definitely stay away from the Hunger Games, because we know how that turned out. So stay away from unnecessary bloodshed, but you will need people to do certain jobs to help rebuild society. You're going to need farmers, builders, healers. You're going to need all these people. But once you have everything that you need, then you shouldn't assign jobs to people, because then that will make them feel controlled, and you really don't want that in a small group of survivors. My 6th grade math teacher always had a nice quote: "Those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it." That means that if you don't write down what happens, or at least tell people what happened, then chances are another zombie apocalypse will occur. So what you gotta do is write all this stuff down in a book and just make sure that no one ever does it again, because trust me, we do not need another one of these. Possibly the most important thing that you're going to need is a cure. You want a cure so that you can bring the zombies back to life and they can become people, and you're also going to need people to repopulate the earth. Now, I know that sounds weird, but it's gotta happen. Someone's gotta do it. So that's my video on how to survive the zombie apocalypse and what to do and bring for the aftermath. Hopefully you gained some knowledge and enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. It really helps me out and makes me want to make more videos like this. So that was my video on what to do to survive the... words. So you did it. You survived the zombie apocalypse. Words. Another thing you're gonna need, you're still gonna... But once there are enough people or enough things that you needed people to do, then you... But once there are enough people to do these things freely, then you shouldn't assign jobs, because then they'll feel contained, and that isn't good in a small group of words. Okay, so I did the math, and I figured that you have about a 0.02 chance of surviving. That means that we're going to be left with 142 million people, which, I mean, it kind of sounds like a lot, but that means that we're losing 6.9 billion people. We'll only be left with the amount of people, say, in Russia. Zombies can smell up to 2 miles away, which means that you have to be away from a zombie in 2 miles in every direction. That means that probably you're going to have to live either in the Himalayas or on the western side of Chile. Sorry, guys. We're screwed.